Oop. Boop. Quick last minute stretch before I die on stream. Before my own back pains publicly execute me. Says out of stock in the Brakeman sim. Good. That's what you get for trying to activate the most expensive redeem as soon as the stream starts. It's also what you get for telegraphing that. You shouldn't have told me in Backstage Pass. I was planning to climb Red Marble, you goof. And we're topped off. Lag on my messages is unfathomable. A skill issue. Just move to the US. Please don't move to the US. Move to the Canada. What locomotive are we driving today? Is the 482. Gonna let that sink in and wait for the angry messages to correct me in the comment section. What'd you think of the Switch 2 Direct? Also 2 more months until Deltarune tomorrow. Actually, it just says it'll be available on the Switch on launch day. That means we have 2 months or less. I wouldn't hold my breath on that one, but... (222) coming to Railroader 1. Whenever you learn how to actually make your 3D models fit in the game, make a make a British 222, you coward. Okay, what's with the lag today, huh? Is it because we have somebody climbing Red Marble as we speak? Weird. Also, I didn't watch the Direct, actually. Most of the news that I have received from the Direct has been through secondhand sources. Thought it was just me. Oh, don't worry. It's, called, for some reason, an RTX 4070 is not enough to handle the frames of this game some days. You see, baby, I can climb your marble till you rend. Katie, don't think I've forgotten to read your messages in the Tumblr sexy man voice. An illness I got? Yeah, I think it was strep throat. That's not fun. At least it's not strep thumb, though, you know? I've had that happen before. Or I guess my father has. Watching the OG Godfather. I've never actually watched The Godfather. I just know people quote it a lot. Look, Mom, I'm in both chats. Double the revenue, baby. I say as YouTube doesn't even earn me a dime because there's no ads. How does one get strep thumb? That is a very good question, and I wish I had an answer for you. Imagine paying to watch people. Couldn't be me. I would say skill issue, but at that point it's just a wallet issue, isn't it? He read on my marble till I run away down the mountain and put a Burke in the dirt, if you know what I mean. Put a Burke in the dirt sounds like somebody didn't pull out. just putting it out there. I can't handle the Tumblr voice. Dave, you might be a bit behind on the stream. That was like 20 minutes ago. Why are you only now getting it? Come on. Heyo, Gaggle, welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. YouTube is better right now, I can pop that out and watch it. Ah yes, picture in picture. The feature that I really want to use because it's kind of cool and fun, but like... I just never have an excuse to because my ADHD can only handle so much. Oh, right, hold on, I forgot to do something important. There we go. That's much better. What would you consider your most well-known quote? So there I was. Also, apparently there's 10 of you guys watching on YouTube, but there's only one like on the stream, you cowards. Why are the brakes on? Why are the brakes on? Game, please. I just want to run Big Train. Heyo, Zero Winter, welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. You mean you aren't playing SnowRunner while watching both Train Boy and Hockey? Don't worry, I watch Balatro while playing Splatoon. And Splatoon is already ADHD overload, so... Click the first car on the consist and bleed the brakes. That did not help much. That made things notably worse. I mean, I guess that's a good way to completely cheese the system, right? I have to use handbrakes only. Well, that's okay. I can just bleed the brakes. Completely ignore the challenge. Should let air pressure build up to release the brakes. I did, though. We got it to full, but the thing is, because I have to be doing handbrakes only, I have to cut. I have to close the angle cock. And for some reason, that applies some handbrakes. I'd hate to be a customer on this road. Don't worry, you don't need to be. You just need to be an engineer. In this hellscape. Definitely not suspiciously playing ZZZ on my phone. Definitely. God, don't give me ideas, Nina. I'm gonna have to go get my phone from the other side of the room and play Neko Atsume. Alright, let's try that again. Let's try this again. There we go. That's better. Hard drive killed itself last month, so I'm rebuilding. Ah, that sucks. Narrow gauge Thomas Empire. I'm sorry to hear that. You gotta restart on that. Got a Hotel Trivago ad, and I think it's a sign for me and my friends to go to our... God, words. To go on our trip to Orlando. We've been procrastinating on it since the beginning of March, and I'm wanting to go in early October, providing the upcoming recession doesn't hit us too hard. Yeah, that's, the financial state of so many of my friends is not going to be fun, and I'm hopeful that I'm going to be able to make the trip to Colorado, but I legitimately have no clue. It may happen. It may not. Started volunteering with my dad in an association here in Denmark. I'm the youngest one there, and I'm sure they'll be happy to have a small fella that will happily crawl into the firebox and boiler. Yeah. They like small, nimble, and eager folk at places like that. I remember back when the local train club was still around, I was like 14, and oh my god, they were so eager to get me down there to fix very small wiring problems. You're visiting my home. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if the finances can handle. Uh-oh. Wait. No, mainline? Okay, good. That could have ended terribly. Girlfriend and I already planned our honeymoon in Colorado, a trip to up the Durango and Silverton. See, that's wimpy stuff. Not because the Durango and Silverton sucks, but because you're only doing one railroad? Come on, dude, you can do so much better than that. My father wants to see the Cumbres and Toltec, Durango and Silverton. We might see the Manitou and Pikes Peak. I want to see the Florence and Cripple Creek. That one sounds fun. We're obviously taking the California Zephyr out there, hypothetically. Heading out to Cumbres this August for the K36 100th anniversary photo charter. Ooh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. We'll see if we make it out. Come up here and see PM 1225 run, or maybe Old Torch Lake. We actually saw, we didn't see Torch Lake, we saw number 7 running. Torch Lake was there, but she was in the shops. They were working on her headlight for something. We went down to Michigan in September. It was for the little loop. Which reminds me, I still haven't uploaded any footage of that train running. I think this is the first train I'm taking. Wait, really? The first train you're taking over the grade? The heck? A DCC controller actually came in early, and since I saved a bunch of money on Amazon, I literally got it for free. Now I just need a DCC sound engine. You can usually find some pretty good diesels on eBay. Steam engines are a little harder to snag. I say that, but I picked one up for $120 this morning. Dude, it was like 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep because my back was in pain, which I guess I should talk about that. I should talk about why the stream is titled Back-to-Back Pains. Anyways, it was 4 a.m. Back was hurting too much. I couldn't fall asleep, so I checked eBay on my phone, and I saw that a locomotive that was $190 was now only $125. And FOMO definitely kicked in. But we now have another locomotive on the way, baby. Anyways, back pains. Y'all remember how I ended last stream early because my back was in severe pain? So the bad news is it's still in pain. I'm still sore. The good news is we realized why I'm sore. And so we're taking appropriate steps to try and heal the wound, so to say. Y'all know, I don't know if you saw it, but I posted a picture in Models and Hobbies of a layout being disposed of. Yeah, I had to carry that thing up a flight of stairs with the help of my father. My back is not happy with me because of that. My back is very pissed. And that happened last week on Saturday, the day the pain began. If I buy or find an 009 1012D, I have two goofy ideas. You could easily get one, or you could get one of those cheapo tramway versions from 009, or not 009, Double M Pro. Packing words. You know, those little locomotives that you put on like a Kato 11109 chassis. Great. Now that I brought up my back pains, my back is in pain. I'm thinking about it. Can somebody just, like, rip out my spinal cord real quick? So I don't have to feel this? Back is pissed? Why would you piss on your back? No, I'm pissing with my back. What do you mean? Come on, isn't this what normal humans do? Just putting up a fence today when Grandpa let go and fell on... Oh, God. That sounds worse. I'm sorry to hear that. I wouldn't know I'm not a human. Welcome to the club, fellow human. A whole whopping 7 miles an hour up the grade. Hey, you're doing great, Mudge. If you're going 7 miles an hour, that's faster than average. Because the average is 3. Okay, in all seriousness, it's slightly below average. The average is like 9. So 7 isn't too bad. Mostly. The average is like negative 30. True. True. Remember that scene in SpongeBob where Squidward threw out his back and SpongeBob launched himself into Squidward's back and that fixed it? First of all, no, I've never watched SpongeBob. Second of all, that sounds like a kink. Just putting that out there. Where's the image? I have an image for this. This. That's what it sounds like, man. Red Marble is so hard to climb at times, and I'm always looking for engines that I can assign as Red Marble pushers to help my freights upset grade. At times? Come on. It's not a true Red Marble experience if it's only temporarily bad. Oh, hello. Pretty much everything is someone's kink these days. Even that bit from Conker's Bad Fur Day where the great almighty Pooh says, "I'm going to take your head and ram it up my butt." Oh, come on. That was absolutely something from the get-go. From the shit-go? Conker's Bad Fur Day is a fever dream. The one crime against humanity that it's committed is the fact that Diddy Kong Racing got pulled from the shelves after Conker's Bad for a Day associated Diddy Kong with, certainly somebody.
Oh.
Time out yourself. Alright. Hold on. There. Enjoy. Is that why DKR never got a re-release except that one DS port? Yep. Legitimately, once Conker's Bad Fur Day came out, Diddy Kong Racing got pulled from the shelves so fast. Oh, ads! Hold on, we gotta... If we have an ad break. Tradition. Oh god, I love that tradition. It's so terrible. My ears, they have been blessed, Pocky. You've been missing out. This is what we do every time an ad break plays and people are still on YouTube. It's beautiful. It's glorious. Time to get back into my own current save of the game. Do the ADHD save where you buy like 5 engines and you have to complete a day's worth of work in like 4 hours. I thought that was normal. It is normal, but... Okay, it's normal for people with ADHD. Unfortunately, I have ADHD, but because of trying to keep the stream coherent, I have to stick to one train. I can't do the funny. I mean, one person, 54 miles of main line, trying to get everything tier 5, and I don't even have ADHD. Called shot? Go consider a diagnosis, my friend. Anyone else kind of missed the Rares Online days? I miss the naive days of Rares Online where I didn't really understand the problems with the game. That's what I miss. Is the pure, unadulterated joy of exploration. I've tried all the doctors turned me away. They just pull out apples and start biting into them. Be gone, demon! Two can play at this game. I'm once again pushing my save to tier 5, and we will see soon how the performance skills me. Because I ran out of framework on my last in-game day at 3 p.m. When did you start the game? When did you start the day? $5 a.m. So you got only 10 hours in, man. Nina, you gotta try and speedrun it. You gotta get it down to 8. Come on. Come on. I would get tested for ADHD, but I think I can't fully read that, but I'm going to assume I don't think I have the patience to sit to and listen to a doctor ask me questions. Honestly, that kind of proves a point. Probably have something undiagnosed. I like trains, tanks, and do hand tool woodworking. Honestly, most people who like trains are autistic. Like on the spectrum in some way. I know I am. My father most certainly is, even if he hasn't been diagnosed. We've seen the signs. I know not literally everyone is, but it's pretty common. Heyo, it's Sint Sodas. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I know I have mild Asperger's. For ADHD, I probably do as well. Yeah, for me, I don't have a diagnosis for ADHD, but like all the symptoms are there. You know? I was diagnosed as a child and it just got worse from there. Dude, I know I've told this story before, but one of my favorite stories about being diagnosed on the spectrum is when I got home from my diagnosis in the 1st grade, my sister said, well? And I didn't know what she was asking me about. I'm like, well, what? And she's like, well, how'd the diagnosis come out? And I said, yo, yeah, I'm autistic. And she said, cool, welcome to the club. 3 years later, I asked her where the club magazine was. Because I got so many Lego Club magazines, but I didn't get the Autism Club magazine. Where's that at? I want my cool merch, dude. That was a, that was a very hilarious moment for my parents to listen in to. Everyone is probably a little on some spectrum. Oh, absolutely. 'tis life.
Boing.
Waterboarding? Oh boy. Actually, we haven't had anybody waterboard in a hot minute. I have a diagnosis for ADHD, and I know which side I get the undiagnosed autism from. It would be the side that got me into model trains, and also my grandpa's dad collected gems, rocks, and swords. I just... All this reminds me of, man, is that copy pasta of an archaeologist. How to kill an archaeologist. See, I'll make an obsidian blade, and it'll get so... Whatever it was, I don't remember the whole thing. Just getting so caught up that I'll stab them and they won't even notice. Drink your fluids. That that sounds cursed, and I don't know why, and I don't want to think about why it would be. Oh, that does remind me of something, though. We had a carbon monoxide scare yesterday. That was fun. It turns out it was completely a false alarm, but symptoms were there. Fear was real. And pro tip, kids, please do not die from carbon monoxide poisoning. It would suck being dead. A big fan of not being dead. Same. Welcome to the club. Can't pet puppies when dead. I mean, we don't know for sure. Maybe you can, and maybe there's puppy ghosts in the afterlife. As someone who died in a boiler explosion in 1934, I cannot relate. Yeah, hold on. Where's Casper the Friendly Ghost at real quick? You know, actually, that would be funny. Casper the Friendly Ghost rewrite where he just dies in a boiler explosion in 1934. As a child, I yearned for the fireboxes. Did you see the Craft Mine update? Nope. I know they had April Fools recently, but that's all I know. Just one time I had a dream 4014's boiler exploded and it left a literal crater in Cheyenne's rail yard. And hey, it left some cooked meat behind. How many locos are dedicated to red marble on this save? 5 at the moment. roguelike Minecraft. I do find it kind of funny that the April Fool's updates seem to actually change the game in massive and drastic ways. It makes me wonder if it's because of, like, creative control. It says, oh, but it's just April Fool's. You guys, you heads of Microsoft don't need to worry about what we're doing. And so maybe that helps a little bit. Making it more interesting? I don't know. Someone who's currently working on a Bobber Caboose railroader. I have no clue what railroad that is. What is Railroader? Never heard of it. Yeah, me neither. What is Railroader? It sounds like a racing game. Actually though, that'd be kind of funny if we just had we just have a racing game where literally all of the cars are just trains, but they're driven like actual cars. But, like, as a form of attack, you can swing out your tender to hit other quote-unquote cars. The problem is, though, if you damage your tender too much by hitting people too often, you're gonna run out of fuel and your car's gonna stop in the middle of the race and you need to get repairs. So you gotta think about pit stops. What about tank engines? Tank engines would be able to handle curves really well. They'd be able to drift better than anything else. But since they don't have a tender, you kind of just have to smash people with your own body if you want to actually damage them. Sounds like I'm developing a game. Okay, I guess we're not having videos or live streams for the next 2 years then. Might be getting toned out to a fire call. Fires are more important than trains, Mudge. It's Pokemon roguelike my friend is obsessed with. I forgot the name of it, probably because I'm not a Pokemon guy. I'm not a Pokemon kind of guy either. The only time I really like watching it is when YouTubers that I enjoy watching are playing it. I just don't like turn-based combat. I like turn-based combat where there's, like, something more to it, you know? Like Beastie Ball, for instance, where you actually have to think about your character's positions so that the ball doesn't hit the ground and you don't immediately lose. Or like Paper Mario Deltarune, where you actually have action commands and have ways that you can block or dodge. That stuff's fun. I wish I had the ability to develop a game like that, but I'm bad. Also, I swear to COD, if we fail to climb the grade, I'm going to be so annoyed. You might like Pokemon Legends ZA, then? I have never heard of this game, so I'm going to assume the answer is I probably don't. Doubtful, but not completely out of the question. Oh, it's the next game? Well, no wonder I've not heard of it. Let's let go of some cars. Nah, we'll be fine. We'll make it over this grade. We'll survive. Maybe. Probably. Hopefully. Whatever you do, don't start with Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I've heard the newer games are bad. And so if ZA is going to be an upcoming release, like, maybe I shouldn't. I've heard the game quality, the production quality does not look the best. I'm fine with people not getting into the games I'm into. Yeah, exactly. Like, it just means that I can nerd out even more to them because they won't have ever played it, so they'll never have, like, they'll never have spoilers to the things I want to tell them. And so I get to be the one who spoils them for everything. It's perfect. Come on. Going about as Scarlet and Violet is real wild. It runs perfectly fine, and I really enjoy it. I don't know anything about the gameplay. I've just seen the graphics quality on that game. The music is excellent. I love the music from Scarlet and Violet. I've heard a couple of songs from it, and that's killer. I can tell at least that much. Trains 2006 graphics. Dude, that is the best way. That is the best insult to ever give a game that you think has bad graphics. I'm stealing that, I am running with it, and I'm using that so much. That's perfect. I love it. When you want to insult UI, you just say Trains UI. I mean, better yet, mobile UI on PC. Admittedly, that's not quite as classy, but like... Alright, this is gonna be fun. Because, we have a bunch of cars that need to head down to Bryson, but this train's headed for Alarka. Actually, is this train headed for Alarka? Hold on. Never mind. This train is headed for Bryson. I stand corrected. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to Alarka. Wait, are you in Alarka? Wait. Ah, so you are. I see. Yeah, no, if you want to come down and grab these cars to Alarka at some point, please do. Alright, plan of action. We are going to put these cars down here. Currently using a hairdryer? What? Currency? Yeah, hold on. Let's make money out of wood glue. That sounds like a great idea. I don't think that's how that works. My gran made me coffee and forgot the milk. I have never had coffee. Am I missing out? I may be about to start a flame war in the comments, but very much no. Yes, you are. I've never had it either, so I couldn't tell you. Look, the only thing I know about coffee is that my girlfriend spilled some on her couch the other day, and it was the funniest shit ever. Caffeine acts like a mood stabilizer when I have my ADHD meds. Caffeine for me is trouble because it causes heart palpitations, and we've had heart troubles in the family, so I'm definitely probably shouldn't drink coffee. Speaking of caffeine, fourth Coke of the day time. Mood. Having some cheese and crackers, Wallace and Gromit style. We forgot the ass crack, Gromit. I did not mean to open the air pipes on these, but okay. I guess we're here now. I held shift, game. I entered the mind void for 2 minutes, and the first thing here is we forgot the S crack, Gromit. Can you drift rail cars and railroader? Nope. You cannot do a Dutch. You cannot throw switches underneath cars. Great, now I have the Wallace and Gromit theme stuck in my head. And the idea of Wallace and Gromit funk. Because we talked about ass cracks for 2 minutes. 2 seconds. Is now permanently stuck in my head. If you know, you know. If you don't, be grateful. Alright, and... any second now. Any moment, chat will be active again.
Yes. Speak
of the devil. And 1850s Brickman Sim can die. Let's go! How many people are watching on Twitch? 11 viewers at the moment. That's an ad break, you say? That means we gotta do tradition. Oh, there was like 500 watching. Nope. For how much I love doing these streams, I don't do them for the sake of actually making money, really. I do them for the sake of connecting with the community and being able to chat with you all directly. You know? Because... sorry, gotta stretch. Back is sore. I gotta do the thing. Because, like, if I was really trying to be a streamer, I'd be making those compilations of really funny quotes, like the YouTube short we did a month or two ago, and just spam those constantly to try and grow viewership. And I'd probably stream more times than once a week, you know? Also, thank you for the Prime Pocky, even more money. Let's go. Will you ever start streaming on the main channel again? Hell no. Like, the problem with streams on the main channel is really my main focus is doing modeling videos now, right? But the problem is, when I really started putting my all into my model railroads video, oh my god, we've insufficient funds to fill one car repair, fuck. No. The problem is, when I started really pushing to do model railroading videos with the Little Loop Railroad, right? That series got like 2,000 views a video. It did really well for the channel. And then as soon as I started streaming again in October, viewership plummeted back down to what it was before at about 500 views a video. And so to experiment with that, I moved over to Twitch near the end of I almost said Halloween. It was around Halloween time, though, because the first week that I didn't stream on the channel on a Sunday was the week that Halloween was happening. And the video that went live that week did terribly. It actually did the worst of any video that we've had since I started pushing. It got like 300 views or something like that. But the next video, the Halloween special, got 1,300, 1,500. The next video got 1,500, 1,700, something like that. The next video got like 600 views. It didn't do that well. But generally the trend from the point of not streaming on the main channel when I did the first move to Twitch is that views just started going up and up. And since the live streams did get a good amount of views on the main channel, but since my main priority now really is modeling and model trains, it's more appropriate to have them on a secondary channel. Gilded. I find it funny that basically you're just saying what I'm saying. Like, yeah, bro, that's exactly what I just said. What do you mean? But yeah, no, I have no plans for streams to return to the main channel. Because it would undermine the careful balance that I've been trying to build up over time. Though I do say that, we are going to have an experiment in the coming weeks that could either massively grow the channel or absolutely tank it, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. I think it's going to grow. I'm leaning towards it's going to grow, but it's going to be an interesting balance to do. God, I keep looking back, and because these are flat cars, I keep thinking there's nothing here because they blend in. They kind of just disappear into the terrain more than any other type of car does. And so I look back at my train, it's just gone. Ooh, I don't know, man. Should go back to Geometry Dash full time. Yeah, hold on. Let's end the stream by beating a single level. You know, actually, I would be down to do that sometime. I have a stage I have not bothered completing, but I really want to because it's a lot of fun, but I just haven't had the time. Just... By the way, guys, we're at the end of our stream, but instead of ending today, I'm going to boot up a completely different game and that only 2 people care about. And 2 of them are me. Hey, yo, Maz, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I've seen people get the cat vid effect. What, like the thing where somebody posts a video that gets a millions of views, and then they just post completely different content for the rest of the time. I don't know why, but that's just really common on YouTube. It's really funny.
Yes.
All right. Well, boys, it is time for tradition. Boing. Wait, why is the image not loading for Hydrate? Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Should be in the ads, but I'm not. Don't worry, hold on. Instead of playing Megalovania, but Sans falls down the stairs, we could play that really cringy Grubhub ad. Every time an ad break is supposed to play. Better yet, just play the opening to one of those YouTube Premium advertisements. Want a break from the ads? Grubhub perks give you the deals on the foods you love. Proceeds to show a gif of Shrek humping a barrel. Oh, you know what? Fun fact. I booted up an old hard drive the other day because I was planning... I'm planning for that trip to Colorado, right? And I kind of came to realize that my princess was in another castle. I came to realize that if I was going to be editing videos on the road, first of all, I might need a new laptop for that. Second of all, and more importantly, I wanted to make sure that all my video files were all on a movable disk of some kind. You know, like a hard drive, a flash drive, an external hard drive or a flash drive or something like that. So what happened was, I have an external hard drive. I actually have two, but there's one that I haven't used in years. Do any of you all know the song Careless Whisper? Because, apparently years ago, I vaguely remember doing this. Years ago, I made a mashup of Careless Whisper with All-Star. I'm pretty certain it's still on YouTube. Somewhere, maybe unlisted. Hold on. Oh god, am I going to have to... Can we hear it? I don't know if I get copyright struck. So, if you give me... Hold on. Let's bring this train to a halt. Let me grab my phone. And let me look at YouTube Studio. Content. Hello, can I search view all? Oh, there's the search button. I don't have a video named Shrek? What do you mean? Wait, what did I name this abomination? Am I going to have to scroll down through years of content? God. No, 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 no. No. Come on. Oh my god, how old is this video? You'll be old and gray by the time you find it. Yeah, basically. If there I ruined it, doesn't get striked, you certainly wouldn't. I wouldn't bet on it. If it's an old video, scroll to the bottom and go up. I'm on my phone. You think I can do that? No, no, no. Did I delete it? Well, boys, you might be completely SOL on this one. I could make it members only if I ever found it, though. Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you, chat, but here we are. You know what? As a very blunt distraction, how are y'all doing? How y'all feeling today? How's everybody dying on this fine Sunday? Feeling sore from working on a locomotive all day yesterday. Aha! Somebody else has strained their back. Good. Finally. My legs hurt from walking up hills. Honestly, kinda jealous. I need to get outside and touch grass sometime. Kind of wanting to nap. Then why are you on the stream? Because also on trade. See, the big brain play there, Nina, is to just dream of trains. The catch-22 of being alive. Doing alright. Me, my brother, and his girlfriend will kind of want to see the Minecraft movie, but I've heard not good things about it. Yeah, from what I've heard, the movie itself is terrible, and the way that you're going to enjoy it is through irony alone. And irony is a good way to do it, you know? But apparently it's Ace Day today. Happy Ace Day to my fellow members of the Spade Brigade. Dude, I love that nickname. That's beautiful. I was planning to go see the movie, but couldn't find a theater with enough space. From what I've heard, it isn't that bad. Not an exactly amazing movie, but it's not terrible. What I've heard is that the movie itself is very much a turn off your brain and enjoy kind of movie. Heard it doesn't take itself seriously. Yeah, exactly. It's not trying to be dramatic, it's trying to be silly children's movie that has references to funny game. So why I watch most movies. Meanwhile, me out here preferring only watching things like Casablanca, Puss in Boots 2. Man, I'm getting distracted. Trying to find this. The stupid Shrek video. Come on, guy. Come on, game. Come on, life. Some days I want a movie or show that makes me think. Others I do not want to think. See, for the latter, that's easy. Just go on YouTube and watch somebody play a game you don't understand. And you know what? Since I can't find the video, we're getting a copyright strike on the actually, we're not getting a copyright strike. We're just getting a... This stream cannot be monetized. Dealy-a-doo. Alright. Hard drive. Where is it? No, hard drive. I don't need a video titled "I Shit My Pants." Where is this? You know, I'm gonna put the train on AI real quick, so we're actually still doing a job while I'm looking for this. Because I need to show you guys now. I can't fail on my promise. Schlorp. I found it. I found it, chat. How big is this file? 11.6 megabytes? Can I upload this to Discord? Can I put it in Stream Alerts? Yes! Play at your own risk. It's a very old video, so it might have some questionable tastes from when I was a teenager. But it's so bad. It's so good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who had to suffer through it. I'm glad you guys decided to join me in this pain. It doesn't line up at all. Are you saying that we need to have a live stream where we specifically line up the song? We spend the entire stream just fixing the problems, making it actually sound passable. I think my ears are bleeding. Congrats. Welcome to the club. I'm so glad that I didn't have to listen to this to make you guys suffer. I think that made my headache into a migraine. You're welcome. Sent a poll that ended in the Discord server. The choices were to make an ICE 3M set, which would have probably been the first and only one in existence in TT scale, or a 14-car ICE 1 set. The ICE 1 was chosen, already bought 2 power cars and a coach. Main issue is that I will financially recover. That's a mood. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the Model Rating Club, my friend. It's 10 minutes long. Wait, did I send the 10 minutes version on accident? Because I swear there's one that's not that bad. I swear I have a version that's only 3 minutes. Oh my god. Sorry, not sorry. This song contains substances that have been shown to cause cancer in the state of California. Nice. I will never financially recover me with the Switch 2's launch. I might actually have to pass on the Switch 2, honestly, for a while, because finances no bueno. It does not help that I bought 2 locomotives today, but made a poor impulse decision and got an old radio-controlled Bachmann Big Hauler a few days ago. The whole set was 99 bucks and apparently runs. So fair warning about those old Big Haulers is their gears kind of suck and they like to break a lot. We don't have a choice, it's not releasing here. I mean, it looks like they're going to try to, but at the same time, they did cancel pre-orders because of ongoing chicanery. Yeah, so that's fun. And I guess that's probably the reason I'm going broke, right? Panic buying trains so that I can continue painting them for you guys on the channel. RPG, that reaction to the song is perfect. I love it. I started listening to the Chris song. I'm losing brain cells. Oh god. The Shrek part is only the first half. Oh, did I do something worse in the second half? Oh no. What's the second half? I legitimately don't remember. I am willing to bet there is a strongly insensitive joke at the very end. Just swooping careless whisper so far. Okay, so what you're telling me is we need to fix this. When did you make the thing again? Like 2015. It's been 10 years. Okay, to be exact, this was made on 9/28/2016. So it's been a little, about 8.5 years at this point. The reason I ask is because the internet was a very different place. Yeah, the internet was a very different place 10 years ago. It's kind of fascinating to see how much it's changed and to see how much we as people have changed. As individuals have changed. And mind you, I was 16. I've always been a little bit socially behind the times. 16 for me was more like 12. With the kind of maturity I had. So, yeah, there might be something terribly cursed. And hey, I just realized I can now run the train manually because I don't have to look for this terrible meme anymore. I know this wasn't that long ago, but MLG meme culture was goated. Honestly, it was actually pretty long ago, though. Like, that was about 10 years back. Maybe a little more recently. Maybe it was like 7 or 6 years ago, but still, it's been a surprisingly long time. God damn, I'm gonna be 25 in June. Welcome to the club. Okay, maybe not in June, but this year it's going to be great. And by great, I mean grating my eardrums. Hello, what war crimes have I missed so far? Check the latest message in stream alerts and you will see. It was legit only Careless Whisper for the rest of the song. Nice. Oh, that's hilarious. Yo, that war crime is based. Senior quote right there. We're putting that in the school yearbook. The fact that the file or whatever is just called Shrexy. It's specifically called Shrexy Shrekaphone Solo, actually. I'm sure I have other terrible memes from back from 2016 on this hard drive. See, the thing is, there's a video that accompanies that somewhere. I don't know where it is though. It is extremely 2016 humor. It is very much cursed, and I wish I could send you guys that version.
Yes.
But no such luck. Ad break. All right, well, boys. Should we play the Shrexophone solo instead? for the ad break. Now we gotta do a tradition. Why does blood sound like a deflating balloon? Important questions. Top 10 animes that science can't answer. Want to get his 2442 chassis to Kitbosh, Skookum, Columbia River Beltline number 7 and 00. They exist in HO, you know. They've been made in brass in HO in a few places. Wait, how many cars do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 cars on this cut. We're supposed to have 7 and then 2 on another. We're supposed to have 772 so that we have 2 backup cars in case some of them really heavily break down. In the UK, skill issue. Reminds me of a joke. I asked for this German girl's number. All I got was the first digit, 9. Did you know 3-foot exists in TT? Realistically, everything exists in every scale. Like, you have GN3 out there. You have ZN3. What other crazy things can we think of? There's obviously things like HON30, HON3, HON2, SN2, SN3, ON30, ON3, ON2, ON18, SN 3.5. There's basically, if you can think of it, it probably exists already, and if it doesn't, I mean, you could probably just build it yourself. Rule 35. If it exists as in real life, somebody is modeling it in your favorite scale, no matter the gauge. If it exists, there are trains of it. Oh, Oh, I see. Wait a minute. These cars aren't meant for here. Aha. That makes sense. You know what? Let's be lazy. Let's just go shove this up to Hemingway. Let's get these cars over the hill. Also, this locomotive is up to snuff. She's actually been restored. Let's get her moving. Nina, you're in Alarka, right? Yep, okay, cool. I'm gonna be sending a locomotive over the hill down from Andrews. Just FYI. Speaking of restoration, when's the last time 4449 ran? Hasn't it been quite a while? Yep. She's in working order. It's just that she's not allowed to run on the railroad that she's parked on. And bonk. Let's hope that changes soon. Now the museum has acquired part of that railroad. I think they acquired the entirety of that. That is a lock screen button. Why is there? No, I don't want to resize. What? Hello? What just happened? Apparently my keyboard has a button that allows me to instantly lock the screen, which I guess is useful if I'm, like... if for any reason I ever get a kid who gets extremely horny or something and needs to hide from his parent... Okay, the way I said that sounds way worse than I meant it to. We're leaving that in. We're leaving that uncut. There we go. So basically, what was happening with the 4449 is the railroad that she runs on, Win plus L. It was not Win plus L, there's just a button. There's a hotkey on my keyboard. F11 is the lock button. So, that happened. Anyways, the railroad that 4449 ran on was the Oregon Pacific. And the Oregon Pacific was owned by a Monsieur Richard Samuels. Now, Richard Samuels loved railroad. He made the Oregon Pacific because when he was a kid, the East Portland Traction Company, was the first railroad he actually got to, like, ride in the cab of a train on, and actually got to drive the train. The engineers taught him how to do it when he was a young kid. And obviously, East Portland Traction went out of business, but he got to pick up part of the line and continued servicing it as an actual Class 3 freight railroad for the longest time. So, when the Oregon Rail Heritage Foundation was looking for a permanent residence, a new museum, now that the Union Pacific wanted to knock down the roundhouses at their yard in the area, they decided to fund it with a little bit of influence from Samuels, and he wanted it at his railroad. Now, he has two railroads for the court record. He has one in Molalla, and he has one in Portland, and they're both the Oregon Pacific, but they're two separate branches. So he decided to help fund the museum right on the riverside, running up and down his railroad, especially because they were already running excursion trains on his railroad. He had already given them permission to do that and was letting them do it all the time, right? So they build a museum there. They set it up, they get it functional, they get this beautiful little building down by the riverside at this excellent place where there's like 5 different bus lines and a tram line and a light rail line all converging in one location. It's awesome, dude. But what happened is Samuels passed away. He died at age 77, seemingly from a sudden heart attack, in June of 2023, I think? May to July, somewhere in that sort of shotgun time range. And when he passed, his sons took over the business. The problem is, his sons are not really as big of rail fans as he is. Now, they were continuing the business just fine, you know, they were doing a good job. The problem is, running an engine like 4449 and 700, massive northern locomotives on a Class 3 short line, is really expensive to repair the tracks, and it takes a lot of time to do, too. Now, Richard was fine with this, you know. Mr. Samuels was perfectly fine with this because he was so much of a rail fan that he wanted to see these trains running on his railroad, right? And so he kind of just footed the bill. He said, sure, I'll pay for this, because he could afford it. The railroad is profitable enough that he could easily afford it while still being able to live a reasonably luxurious life. The problem is, his sons didn't really want to put in all that effort, you know? And to be fair, that's reasonable. As rail fans, annoying, but it's a business decision and I respect that. I just knocked over my hard drive. Anyways, they put a limit on the biggest locomotives that could be run on the railroad, and they put a weight limit on it. I don't remember what the weight limit is. What I do remember is this actually caused massive issues. Because the Oregon Rail Heritage Foundation really only had 3 locomotives. They had the 4449, the 700, and the 197. And the 197 isn't operational. They're working on her. They're restoring her. She's a cute little Pacific from out here in Oregon. But, she's not operational yet. And even if she was, she would still be over the weight limit that the new owners, Richard's sons, have set. So this is just extra lore at this point. This isn't really related to the 4449. They have a 4th locomotive that they've had for a really long time. A 4th steam locomotive. They were able to run excursions using diesels for the core record. What they had to do was they had to grab their 4th steam engine that they never actually brought over because they didn't really need it at the time. But they had a Shay, a Class C Shay, that was not at all operational. However, as luck would have it, the, whatchamacallit, Polson number 2 had been purchased by a board member. And he was going to send it out to Albany, Oregon, because he has a railroad there that he runs, and he has a small excursion train service that he has a 262. Or 4, right?
Yes.
But he buys his 282, it's in transit, they have this crisis where the Northerns can't be bought, well, he just brings it down there. And that's how we got Polson number 2 in Portland. First thing I hear is had a shay. Yeah, we had it for breakfast today. It was very delicious. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Had time. Wait a minute. Fine. Boop. And that means we have to do our traditional song for the people who somehow did not get advertisements. Somehow I subbed you, Leech. You call this leeching? Yeah, hold on. Let me suck dry everything and force you to listen to the Shrexy saxophone solo on loop for 7 hours. That'll be the next live stream. Oh god, that'd be terrible. I mean, like, if I were them thinking from a non-Railfan eyeglass, I would have just made it so excursions would be less common rather than just outright abolishing heavy steamers from the tracks. I mean, to be fair, I think what they did was the right choice. Because, realistically speaking, even if you limit the number of times you do excursions per year, you're still having the weight of a massive locomotive. And you're still going to have to repair that in some regard. So, if you had to choose, would you rather have one locomotive that can do one excursion, or one locomotive that can do 20? Time for me to go. Immediately forces an ad break in Megalovania, but Sans falls down the stairs to be played. Only to die. Nice. Sleep well, dude. Sleep well. Or else. Or else. Wait, what am I doing? I just realized I was planning this maneuver out poorly. Anyways, to end off this little story, 4449, the Oregon Rail Heritage Foundation sounds like they have recently made a deal to order the, to purchase the Oregon Pacific from the current owners. So that they can start running excursion trains again with 44, 49, 700, etc., etc. We don't really know all of the details, and it sounds like they're keeping the other railroad in Molalla, the other, or Canby, Oregon, the other line, because that was the more profitable of the two railroads. So, like, overall, the deal is going to be favorable for basically everybody involved. Like that one PRA 5040 could go to Britain. You know there are American engines in Britain, right? There's some 2-foot gauge. Admittedly, they're replicas, but there are 2-foot gauge locomotives in the UK that are very much US oriented. Did you hear that we almost lost 60% of the SPNG stuff like a week ago? Yep. I heard about the fires vaguely. Welcome to, I was gonna say global warming, but you know what? Let's make this kind of funny. Give me 5 seconds. That is the wrong chat. Welcome to global worming, baby. Thanks, I hate it. You're welcome. I mean, we can do worse. I will not elaborate. Is that a station sign or a loco plate? That is a pin. Okay, maybe I do need to elaborate. Because I guess us people on this side of the pond wouldn't get the joke. Hold on. This is a brand, is a manufacturer for the UK. Thought it was some model train thing. It is. It's just a fun little joke. Apparently it's like $6 to buy one of these. I'm really tempted. Dude, could you imagine going to Colorado and just having that pin on your hat? And just no explanation whatsoever. Started a new rarity survey. Nice, nice. No mods, less nice, less nice. Now we need a horde. Yeah, we just need a singular doot. No mods, Megamind, sad face. Yes! Alright, we got 2 cars we need to deliver down the line, so, we're gonna eyeball. With more cars than we need to, realistically. We only have, we have 3 cars? You know what, we can drop off some of these, never mind. Heyo, Jack, welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. I've heard the Minecraft movie was not good. Like, it was ironically good, but that's about it, and, probably gonna pass on this one. Or an question B from a Vespa scooter. Nah, we gotta have that little skeleton doot. Oh, this engine is kind of fun. I like it. It's pretty. I've heard that it really changed the way the P43 looked, though. We can leave those ones here. Pull forward. That's the wrong forward. P43 was remodeled into the as-built Erie K5A USRA style Heavy Pacific. Hey, that's fun. You know, it's kind of a shame. The USRA mountains didn't survive. Not a single one. Not a light, not a heavy. They're all gone. They're all dead. That's something I learned the other day. Assume you've heard about the Amtrak Horizon debacle. Only slightly. I heard that they're kind of not in service anymore. Thanks to some rusting issues? Means I might miss my train to SoCal next week. Yeah, for up here, it means that the Amtrak Cascades have had some severely limited services. Which sucks, because it's actually a really good service between 2 cities, you know? Well, I guess between 4 cities, but... between Portland and Chicago. That's right, Chicago's on the west coast of the United States. Y'all are just blind. What is the worst type of homework to get? The worst for me is community showcases. Oh, we have amphitheaters now? Sweet. Good to know. Good to know. Glad they got a replacement up here. I was kind of afraid they wouldn't, but that would be kind of silly. Alright, and... didn't the Cascade break ridership records recently? Amtrak would have been Penn Central levels of dumb to not get service restored ASAP. I don't actually know. I haven't been paying enough attention, so I couldn't tell you. But you are correct. If that is true, that they broke ridership and they didn't get service restored quickly, they would be Penn Central levels of dumb. At least you guys are getting areas next year. Honestly, I miss the old Talgos. I'm glad we still have a few in service, but like, dude, the Talgos were so cool. The Talgos were so good. Such a shame about the old Talgo set. Surprising those Spanish-designed cars did improve passenger numbers in the PNW. I mean, they were really classy. They were very nice. They had extremely nice interiors. They had fun TVs. I think one of the things that really sold it for me is that they had televisions that were actually playing little informational stuff about the region you were riding through, like history, industry. I don't know, as a kid, that was a blast, and as an adult, I'm sure I would love to see that too. You just don't get those on Arrows or Horizons or anything of the sort. Aha! Banky has made it. If I remember correctly, there's one Talgo set still in service. I believe there are two, actually. Because the thing is, the Talgo 6s were removed. And those are the original series. The Talgo 8s, however, were more modern. And the reason that the Talgo 8s were happened is because there was going to be a service in Wisconsin called the Hiawatha. I don't remember exactly, I think it was Wisconsin, at least. I don't remember exactly where, but there was going to be a service titled the Hiawatha for a while. And they made an order for the Talgos to help make that service begin. But the service got canceled. It may have not been the Hiawatha, but it was something in the sort of Midwest, sort of near Chicago, I would assume. And so what wound up happening is the Amtrak had this order for a bunch of cars that they didn't need on a service, so they sent them up to the Pacific Northwest, and we had a bunch of these modernized Talgo cars. And so when the crash happened, when the Talgo wreck happened, it was on a 6 series. And the 6 series were all deemed not worthy anymore because the 6 series were somehow made the crash worse. I don't get it. I don't know how. But the 2 sets of 8s are still in service. The 2 sets of 8s are still around. "101 headed to Nantahala." Roger that. I'm going to send 150 down to Wesser. So we have a locomotive as a dedicated banker in the region. You're set for the main, and she'll be taking the siding. Lucky break with cars that from a cancel service for a Blazer set that had crash concerns? Not really. It's more just the cars were canceled, sent up here, then the crash happened, caused a lot of fear, and the old cars were scrapped. Might use them to snag those cars there for Andrews. Yes, please feel free to. There is a car on my train I'm definitely going to need to use that locomotive for on the way back. But also, that hill is kind of rough.
Mamma mia!
Remember what you said earlier about waterboarding? Well, chat, it was nice knowing you. I'm gonna get this tray to Ela before I go refill my glasses of water. You best believes it. Hydrates don't really matter when I'm going to be chugging 2 glasses of water in one go. Guys, I just said the hydrates don't matter. Why are you redeeming them? What did he say? Don't worry about it. I was just talking about back pains. Man, you guys really like wasting points, huh? Either that or you like Mario saying boing. Why is the image not working? That's strange. Boing. I mean, I could break up a soundboard option. I could just play boing again. Hold on.
I'm the daddy now!
That was the wrong sound effect.
Boing.
There we go. Spam boing. Yeah, I'm gonna be gone for a second here. Spam boing, guys. Make it so chat is still active while I'm dead. Can't help but feel that was completely intentional. No, it's the 2 files are named both starting with a B, right? I misclicked. It's okay. This time I got it.
Boing.
You know what? Pocky, should I leave the boing on loop while I take a break? To get the water? Alright, roger that. Where is the loop button? Alright, AFK, playback. Oh, there's the loop button. Okay.
Boing.
Wait, why is it playing? Okay, loop only works if you've only selected one file. Oops.
Boing, 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 boing.
I'll be back.
Boing, boing, boing,
Enjoy
boing,
this fresh hell while I get a glass of water.
boing, 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 boing.
Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? Oh shit, wait, wrong button. Wait, why? What did I hit? Apparently, hitting the pause and play button did not stop Mario from saying boing, but instead brought Sans into the mix. Okay, then. This is the new bell sound. Dude, could you imagine just... You're in a yard and a diesel slowly approaching you and you just hear... fucking...
Boing, 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 boing.
No! Why?
Boing, boing.
Why does the pause play button make Sans appear? That was terrible. This is worse than my YouTube gets during an handbrake. It's a low bar to clear. Fun times, these streams. They really are. These streams are great. See, this is why we do these live streams. This is why I'm glad the streams aren't growing. Oh yeah, the pain, right. I came back here, heard boing, 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 and got distracted by that and forgot to drink my water. Give me a second. Let's finish this part of the job first. Also, you say the pain, but I actually got so dizzy yesterday from lack of hydration that I thought I needed to go to the hospital. We need the picture, of course. Okay, hold on. If you need a picture, I got an easy solution for you. It was a whole thing yesterday. Yeah, that was fun. Not... I'm so glad my back is not in pain right now. I'm glad the painkillers are actually helping with that. Because I was legitimately afraid I was going to end the stream after only 2 hours when I went to bed last night, because I was so afraid the back pains were going to be hell. Really? Really? That notification pops up? Really? I'm in the middle of a stream. I know I got phone link. I know what photo I took.
Boing.
Don't tempt me. I will. Okay, hold on. What is going on with alerts? Why? Why is it only displaying, and I quote, alert image? Alright, we got a new image in place. We're good. 10 hours of silence occasionally broken up by blank. Dude, that would be a banger second channel video. Better yet, 10 hours of silence occasionally broken up by the sounds of waterboarding. Check off topic. I'm lazy, man. Alright. Once we hitch up to these cars, we're setting this engine on AE Road, and we're chugging. Alright, hitched, AE Road. Yep, handbrake applied. Forward. Top speed. That's one glass down. Yeah, I took a new photo on my phone. I know. What do you think I'm doing? No, excuse me. Alright, chat. There are your photos. That means... Very nice. Wet. Senior quote right there. Banky arrived at waypoint. How you doing, Banky? How's your condition? 99% already. Great. Just what we needed. You know, it feels kind of weird going to Whittier. Like, this is the only daily train that makes it out this far. And yet, here we are. Guessing you have up to Whittier minus Sawmill. Nope, we don't have Whittier. The only reason we're here is because of the house track. You know, what other terrible sound effects could we play on loop? New Super Mario Bros. Coin sound effect? How about that? Oh god, wait, I actually do have... I do have the loop button on. Wait. Element green screen effects? I don't think I can do the green screen. So actually, I can't do a green screen on a stream. It's what I do in the lower right-hand corner. Who do I kid? We have a... low quality bone trouncel. True. I could play that on repeat. Do we have any cars here to pick up, or is it just the drop-off? Just the drop-off. Okay. That makes life pretty easy. Flying Scotsman. I don't have that sound effect. The closest thing I have to a train whistle is a... I don't think that counts. If played, have the quality down to 144. No, we gotta have the quality down to 10p. Return from the fire calls. It was a car fire. Hopefully everybody was fine. If everyone's safe. Nobody's dead. And in a ditch. Caught fire on its own. I mean, that can't really happen, right? There's got to be some cause. It's not just an act of God. Zeus spites ye. I want to try wood kits one day, because when I scratch built with strip wood, it's so therapeutic. If you want good wood kits in a scale you already do, Topaz, Mount Blue Model Co. sells a bunch of box cars in HON 30. They're $16 a pop. They don't come with trucks or couplers. You're going to have to get those yourself, but... They also have some shorty cars. They have 20 footers. They're about 2 inches long. Or actually a little longer than 2 inches. 2.5 inches. They're $20 a pop. I don't know why they're more expensive, but I guess it's because they're technically somebody else's design. And he's selling them on their behalf or something. Could probably fit some HON 3 trucks. They have HON 3 kits too, but the HON 3 kits are a little more expensive. They're about $24 if memory serves me right. The HON 30 ones are really designed for N30, while the HON 3 ones are designed for N3. But I know it's possible to swap between them, but feels cursed. Blue Mountain Models? No, Mount Blue Model Co. "10 hours of stir streaming, but it's just occasionally broken up by the single note of Death by Glamour." Someone on YouTube made a Death by Glamour Splatoon remix. Yeah, they also did Megalovania. I think the Megalovania one's better, in my opinion. Which is a shame, because the Death by Glamour one did better. Got 1 million views, while Megalovania only has like 100k, if I remember correctly. Such a small contest for a big loco like that. It's just a skill issue. It's fine. I mean, it could be worse. I could have left this car behind because it's for National Park Service. I didn't even need to bring it out here. I was just lazy. Oh, we're going a little too fast around this curve. Want 45 tops. Okay, maybe we want 40 tops instead. I stand corrected. Man, it's 3 p.m. already? Damn. I am very grateful my back is not sore right now so that I can actually stream. You know what? If chat ever gets too quiet, like it is right now, one way I can force you all to be active. Okay, which one of these is going to be the most annoying to play? No. Boing sounds better. Thank you for the emote only chat, Katie. Very cool. You know, that's one way to make sure chat's active, right? Along with an ad break, no less. The ad break's happening whether or not we want it to. Twitch is saying ad starting soon, which I guess means this time around we'll play Bone Trousel, but it's horribly bit crushed. Alright. I don't know why I braked there. I didn't need to. Anyways, how y'all doing today? How y'all feeling? Everybody doing good. Is that cheese, Mudge? That's Shy Guy giving a BJ Topaz. Just saying. I really don't need to have just saying, but tough luck. Aw, man, the 3 minutes are already over. That was hardly anything. He's nodding. Yeah, you're right. But why else would somebody lick lips? Like, come on, you posted the licking lips emote just before that. Cursed. Terrible. Bird, hey, you're the one who posted the lips emote, man. What am I supposed to do? Sit back, relax, turn on the radio? Would you like am or fm? I can't do that. I'm sorry, Dave. Go Gadget. 2 chats at once! Do we need another interchange service at Andrews, by the way? How full up are we? Negative, Roger. How do you join the Minecraft server? Become a tier 2 YouTube member or a tier 1 Ko-Fi subscriber. I believe they're titled... The higher tiers also get them too, but I believe basically anything on Ko-Fi and anything other than Passenger on YouTube. I forgot to disable the thing that said emote only was enabled. I'm good at this. I am a professional streamer. Professional, yeah, with very big air quotes. And a small balloon that says get well soon. Okay, bonk. No, bonk. Pax is still in Andrews? It's not my problem. I guess nobody wants to run the PAX today, huh? Alright, hold on. Let's see. What do we got here? Bunch of stuff to Appalachia. Okay. Plan of action. Throw her back, and let's deal with the pyrite stuff ASAP. Throw her back, he says with a straight face. Yeah, come on, it's like a grenade. You pull the pin and hope that the curfer doesn't get in your way. God, I really should do a live stream sometime where I just play Voices of the Void for y'all. I've been loving that game, but I hate horror in general. I like playing with people, so I'm a little less spooked. Really need Caboose storage out here in Andrews. We're fine. I would make a mod, but the mod making stuff is just... Sounds like I need Voices of the Void, me like Scary Games Mudge. Voices of the Void is cozy horror in the best way possible. If you like scary games, you're going to love Voices of the Void. I feel like for you in particular, it's right up your alley. Unfortunately, it is single player, so you can't play with your girlfriend, but it's free. It's name your price, but you can name 0 because the dev is chill, I guess. Awesome. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. What does the people count say 1? Probably because there's only one person watching this stream. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, there's only one person watching the stream. At least on YouTube. YouTube has always been less popular than Twitch. That's because YouTube just doesn't have the streaming capabilities that Twitch does, and it sucks. Also, look at the polygons on that tank car right there, chat. Tank car number 3 here. Look at those polygons. Beautiful. My friend wants me to play Phasmophobia. I'm not much of a horror guy, so I don't think I'd like it. Phasmophobia is fun. Because it's not just horror, the core gameplay loop is deduction with horror elements. But because I find that horror games with friends, they're scary, but they're way more fun, and so the horror is something you can look past. You know? Phasmophobia is on that list. Oh, Mudge, selling point for Voices of the Void. I know you're already downloading it, but I might as well mention this anyways. There is an effect called meta-paranoia. When something scary is nearby, sometimes, it depends on what scary thing is nearby. When something scary is in your proximity, or is going on, you are not allowed to sleep, and you are not allowed to pause, you are not allowed to save. Okay, technically you can pause, but the pause menu doesn't actually do anything. It just looks like it's paused. Ad break! Roger that, boss. One ad break coming right up. Back from the bathroom. Yeah, come back, help fund one of the many engine projects. Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't show you guys what I got this morning, did I? I'll show it off in Backstage Pass in a bit. Excuse me. These food ads are making me more hungry than I already am. Sooner or later, you're going to start hallucinating about burgers. Somehow. Don't ask me how that works. It just does, okay? Burger, burger, burger. You should do it. That is an obscure reference that only like one of you is going to get. And to that one person, I salute and am proud. Gonna get to Nataha and hop off for the day? No worries, no worries. Where you at? Aha! No need to use the helper engine. Nice. Love to see it. What was that one for? What's the noise for the... Ah, stretch. I see. You want me to have back pains. I see how it is. I see how it is. Monk. Alright. So we're going to do something stupid. We're going to do a Dutch drop. 7, disconnect, speed her up, because I am far too lazy to get that appropriately sorted. Could be arguably worse. I have enough points for another waterboarding. Didn't I make it so there's only one waterboarding allowed per stream? I hope I did. Also, what I find really funny about waterboarding, actually, nobody called me out on the images. Because the second image very clearly has a different glass. And none of you pointed it out. I did drink both glasses of water. But that was for apple cider earlier this morning. Alright, bonk. Is images for the icon? I just have a circle for water. No, images in stream alerts on the Discord. Yeah, I haven't figured out images for those things. I need to. It'd be so much fun to have an actual photo there or something. But I'm lazy and my priorities go towards video editing. Yeah, the second one's different. I have a picture of the actual thing if people want proof, but of both the glasses. And if you go back and stream, you will hear that I took a third photo. You will hear the notification from my computer saying that my thing took a photo. What if horse has an engine and railroader? You mean My Little Pony? Trust me, I'm sure Aberoni is modding that in as we speak. I'm dead certain of it. Quick, guys, we need to start a flame war. What would be the best My Little Pony character for running trains or pulling trains? Not running trains. I know nothing about the TV show other than Discord throws a chocolate milk over his shoulder and it was fucking hilarious. Don't know, don't care, don't want to know. Alright, roger that. Quick, everybody learn and spam chat specifically so Jack suffers. Actually, you know what? Better solution. Quick. Let's watch My Little Pony right here, right now. No balls. Big Mac would be a Berkshire. The worst part is I know enough about the TV show to believe that. Think of the copyrighted laws. Yeah, but think about how much funny it would be. Come on. I know who Derpy and Rainbow Dash are. That's about it. Let's see. Who else can we introduce you to that I vaguely know of? T22 that keeps crashing into things. Again, I know just enough about MLP to absolutely believe this. Dude, I was surrounded by people in high school who loved the show. I only watched the two-parter with Discord being introduced. That was fun. That was good, but... Surprised no one said massive yet. Is that a character or just as a side comment? Because that's a character. I don't know the character. Those 2 episodes are peak. Those 2 episodes were a blast. Even I, a high schooler who had never seen the show before, enjoyed myself. Damn it. Whatever, we're fine, we're safe. I was supposed to put those on the caboose, but... We're just gonna leave them over here for now. Everything will be fine. Leaving a locomotive on 40 miles an hour to go through switches is a very smart idea that totally won't end in absolute disaster and destruction of the entirety of this world. Westbound train parked in Nant. Roger, roger. When Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 come out June 5th, I'm going off the grid to not get spoiled. See, I'm not... Because the secret boss, I couldn't figure out how to find the secret boss. I couldn't... In Chapter 2, I was not able to find Spamton on my own. I didn't... Jevil was obvious. Spamton was cryptic. Sleep well, Nina. Or else... Sleep better than I have, please. Just tells you to find the mansion basement and doesn't really elaborate. Yeah, but I didn't even see that text. My brain didn't register it. What's hilarious is that everybody I talked to said that he was harder than Jevil, but I struggled with Jevil way more. Like, I died to Jevil 3 times. I died to Spamton 0. Oh wait, hold on. I need another car. Oops. Jevilo is stuck on for a hot minute, but he's the boss that taught me to stay determined. True. He's very much a stick the course and prove your worth kind of thing. Food has been acquired. Hell yeah! What did you get? Nachos made out of snap peas? Pot roast? Close enough. Close enough. Same thing, clearly. Any tips on kitboshing? Measure twice, cut once. Green Soul Boss is going to kick my ass, though. When the reverse arrows come in on the Undying fight, I just don't have the brain capacity to understand it. How much you want to bet that it's going to be slightly altered, though? Like, what if it's worse? What if on the green soul boss, you get the shield, but you have the ability to move still? God, this is so cursed. Using a Pacific to switch out a small industry. But it works, it works. It's just fully functional. Not that it should be, but